I'm Alex Partridge. I'm in the men's 8, and I'm looking forward to competing in the London Olympics. I actually, the first Olympic boat I got in was in the 8 in 2002. So I've been swapping between the 8 and the 4 my whole career. For me, it's not really what boat I'm in, it's about crossing the finish line first. And I think this year I chose the 8 because I felt like the whole team is very strong, but I felt like the 8 would be the best boat for me, where I could get the most out of myself. And I think that's what I'm most interested in London. You know, obviously I want to win. I think we all want to win. Everybody here in rowing wants to win, but I think the important thing is when you cross the finish line that you can say you did everything you could and you gave the best that you could, and that way you will be happy with the result, because inevitably if someone is faster than you and you have done that, you can't change that. I think, to be honest, I think the pressure is on them. You know, I've been in the situation when I was in the Cox's 4 leading up to Beijing. We didn't lose a race for 3 years, and then we lost the final in 2007. It was something like 39 races, undefeated. And when you're in that situation, the pressure does become greater on you, because basically the only result you can get is to win, and as soon as you don't win, it's a disaster. I think for us, yeah, there's pressure because it's a home Olympics, but we put more pressure on ourselves. Like, we really want to win. And okay, it's a new 8 this year. It's different than it was last year. We've got, you know, 2 changes from the guys from the Cox's 4 coming into our 8, and we want to learn how to make this 8 go fast enough down the track to beat the Germans. But the reality is the Germans probably won't be the only ones there in the final in Beijing, and everyone steps up, and you've got to be able to beat, you know, all six boats or all 5 other boats in the final. I mean, it's great to have Greg in the boat. He's got a lot of experience, but it's really irrelevant. I mean, it'd be great if Greg won a gold medal as part of the 8, but we all want to win the gold medal. It's just great that we have such a good athlete on board. You know, he's not as young as he used to be, but he's still a fantastic athlete, and that's more what I'm interested in. The Greg Searle story is whatever that will be, but that's not my story, and that's not really going to get me down the track any faster. But it's great to have him in the boat, as well as people like Matt Langridge, Rick Eggington, and all the other guys. You know, Mo Sabihi and James Fode. They're 2-time silver medalists in the 8, and we've just got to make all those components work to cross the finish line first this year. I think I was really lucky. When I was 16 and I just started rowing, I watched the Atlanta Olympics. I was actually in America at the time, and I saw Redgrave and Pinson cross the finish line and win the only gold medal for Great Britain that year, and that kind of ignited in my imagination the dream to be an Olympic athlete, and so I kind of devoted all my energy and my soul, I guess, to rowing, and by doing that, I've had this wonderful life being part of a fantastic sport, but even better being part of I guess the Olympic dream, the Olympic movement, and that's something that very few people get to be part of, and I think it's great for my family around me and my, you know, hopefully friends and everything, that it inspires them to do better things and to kind of want to do more than just the normal everyday thing, and I feel really privileged and lucky to be a part of that, really. I think the big thing about the Olympics is it's only once every 4 years, and you have a World Championships every year, and I'm world champion, but it's something special about being an Olympic champion. Well, there's something special about being an Olympian, because there's a very small percentage of the world that get to do that, and there's an even smaller percentage that become Olympic medalists, and an even smaller percentage that be able to call themselves Olympic champions, and it just means that, you know, it shows that all the sacrifice and all the training that you've put into your sport, you get the reward, and it's something that no one can ever take away from you. You're being Olympic champion, you'll have that forever, and it's kind of written in history. I look back at sort of the 1908 Olympics, and you can still see who's the Olympic champion. You look at, you know, everyone will remember Steve Redgrave, everyone will remember Tim Foster, whatever country it is, you know, everyone remembers Karpinen, everyone remembers Tufte in rowing, and that's kind of what I want to be, and be able to have my own bit of history. Well, I've just started a family, so I've got a little girl. We've been really lucky in the UK that we have good funding from the national lottery to be able to be a full-time athlete. And I love what I do, but I'm finishing off my MBA, my Masters in Business, and that's my priority after the games. But I think I still love the sport, and as long as I'm still getting better, I think I'd quite like to carry on. But I think we'll see what happens when I cross the finish line in London.